County 4-H Sheep Show. We're going to begin this evening with our pledge to the American flag and then to the 4-H flag. And if Ward, you come around and lead us in the American flag, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And Calvin, would you come around and you'll lead us in the 4-H pledge, please? Calvin Myers.
I pledge my head to clear thinking, my heart to greater loyalty, my hands to larger service, my health to better living, my club, my community, my work, my world. All right.
Thank you, Calvin. Thank you.
Okay. The four minis we have: Lindley Krieger, Daviess, Remy Kinnaman, and Christian Martin. That work?
We're going to begin our show this evening with our many 4-H exhibitors. We have 4 coming in, and we have Lindley Krieger, Kalena Davis, Remy Kinnaman, and Christian Martin. Our judge this evening is Gerald Kelly. He comes to us from West Lafayette, and as he indicates, he's a shepherd at Purdue. But he did grow up a couple of counties east of us here, so we welcome him to Daviess County. And for you sheep exhibitors, let's go ahead and bring your first class to the entry door, first class to the makeup area outside the arena.
Let's give them a nice round of applause. They've done really good. They're all doing a really good job. We've got some sheep, they've got their halters on them. They respond to them well. I really like this little halter she's using up here. That lamb's definitely used to that kind of thing, responds to everything she does as far as getting him to go and walk. And some of these sheep, they outweigh these people quite a bit, so they're a handful up here. And then we've got some that are nice size for these young people to work with. We've got the Shetland there, but there is just a real nice little sheep for a project for them. And the young man's weather there on the end, why, you can tell he's been a few miles on a halter, or quite a ways anyway. So they're doing a really good job. Let's give them another good round of applause.
And Lindley, if you'll go ahead and lead out, followed by Kalena Daviess, Remy Kinnaman, and Christian Martin. That thing, it's a push button instead of a slide.
Okay.
And helping hand out ribbons was Maya Murphy. She is a Little Miss Davis County. Thank you, Maya. Please give her a hand. So we're ready for our first class, Class 1, which is our Hampshire ewe lamb. We have 2 entries. And if you're in Class 2, please move to the makeup area outside the arena door. Is it open? Over the last few years, we've made several improvements to the 4-H grounds. If you haven't been here for a while, just a reminder that the concessions and restrooms are in the food court at the west end of the arena. Also, the junior leaders have a lemonade shake-up stand along with popcorn and pop over in the southwest corner of the arena.
Should have practiced. Okay, we've got two real nice hamp ewes here, and kind of just depends on your preference. You could probably go either way with them, but I went ahead and I'm going to start with this ewe here. She may not be as shiny as far as the whiteness and all that, but she does have a good traditional breed character about her head and some things like that. A little different style, a little shorter legged, and not that it really bugs me there. Either way, I like a lot of the muscling on both of them. This one does have pretty good size rear leg and that type of thing, but definitely has a better hamp head to it. So that'll be your first place for this class. Thanks.
So in Class 1, Hampshire Ewe Lamb, first place exhibited by Victoria Smith, followed by Mason Goodwin. We're ready now to bring in our Hampshire yearling ewes. We have 2 entries. Helping us this evening hand out ribbons is Addison Holstein. She's the daughter of Ralph and Hannah Holstein, member of the Country Cougars 4-H Club, North Daviess High School grad, and will be attending Vincennes University for agribusiness. So let's go ahead and bring in our Hampshire yearling ewe. Let's go ahead and bring your Class 3 Montadales to the makeup area. Class 3 to makeup.
The young ladies, ewe here will be first in this class. Just a nice, complete ewe. She could be bigger. We have to appreciate that about the second one. Really like her breed character. Looks like they've got her focused on ready to breed and cedar up and ready to go when the fair is over, which should work really good. It worked good 20, 25 years ago to do things like that. So it's kind of good to get them in there and get that breeding done on these yearling ewes as soon as you get through the stressful fair. So the ewe we've used in a second, I really appreciate the size and that she's got about her. Not quite as hampy as the ewe I used in first, but you had a big, good, productive looking kind of a sheep. She didn't get showed last year, so she's a little more of a handful. So thanks.
So your Class 2, first place exhibited by Landry Krieger, followed by Calvin Myers. And Landry, if you'll just stay in the ring, and we'll bring back in Mason Goodwin. And I did get that placing backwards in Class 1. Mason was in first place, and Victoria was in second place. And the banner for Champion Hamp is donated by the German American Bank. So your champion Hamp U is from your Class 2, exhibited by Landry Krieger. And your reserve champion comes out of Class 1, exhibited by Mason Goodwin. Mason, if you go ahead and lead out, and Calvin, if you'll follow, please. Okay, we're ready for our Class 3 Montadale Year Lambs. We have 3 entries.
Let's give them a nice hand, if you would. Been a bunch of work put into some of these on the trimming part and the washing and whatnot, and it's still hard to get them all perfectly clean when you got that much wool to work with. But we went ahead and started with a ewe lamb. I'm going to guess she's older as well as, but nice, pretty complete ewe lamb. They're good and thick, decent bone, things like that. The second one, I went ahead and went with a kind of probably a pretty young ewe lamb. She's a lot more spirited, but anyway, she may always be that way. But anyway, a pretty complete kind of sheep. I felt like she kind of went a little better out over her tail head. She does put those legs in pretty good place, even though she's kind of putting them where, when she's doing it like she wants. Really hate to take anything away from this 1 in 3rd. When I first saw her, I figured she'd probably be second in this class. She does have pretty good bone, kind of a stout little ewe. Maybe not quite as square out over the dock, but is what we have in the 1 in 2nd, but yet pretty good kind of Montadale ewe. So thank you.
Go ahead and give them a hand, please. Your Class 3 Montadale ewe lambs, first exhibited by Gwen Goodwin, followed by Reese Kinnaman and Mason Goodwin. We'll now go back to our Class 4, and we'll take just a minute for Gwen to come back in with her Class 4 yearling Montadale. Go ahead and bring your Class 5 Shetland ewe lambs to the makeup area. Class 5 to the makeup.
So our yearling Montadale ewe, we've got a really big, nice ewe that's growed out well. She's got a lot of muscle to her, pretty thick, good bone, good breed character, really nice breed character. So, really good Montadale ewe example. So, congratulations.
And exhibiting your yearling ewe is Gwen Goodwin. Congratulations, Gwen. And if we can go ahead and bring in Gwen's ewe lamb. And the Champion Montadale ewe banner is sponsored by Bob Barron. And your champion, it comes from Class 4, the Montadale Yearling Ewe. And the reserve champion, Montadale, comes from Class 3. Both animals exhibited by Gwen Goodwin. And Remy is helping bring the animal in. Thank you, Remy. So we give Gwen, we're ready now for Class 5 Shetland. We have 2 entries and Shetland ewe lamb, 2 entries. For those of you that are contemplating going to the state fair, we have a bargain for you. If you want to bring in 5 canned goods this week, you can get 1 Indiana State Fair ticket. Most needed items are spaghetti sauce, dry goods, hamburger helper, skillet dinners, canned meat, any vegetables except green beans and soups. So again, 5 cans will get you 1 free ticket to the Indiana State Fair. Anytime this week, just bring it into the extension office. Let's go ahead and bring your Class 6 Shetland yearling ewes to the makeup area. Class 6 to the makeup area.
In the Shetlands, they're a miniature breed, so size really doesn't matter. They've got good breed character and stuff. You can pretty much tell by their tail length and things like that. As far as breed character, if there'd be anything different about them. But when you look down in the wool, they've got pretty good, the shine part, the luster and stuff, good uniformity. So just nice, complete little ewes. So thank you.
Go ahead and give him a hand. Your Class 5 Shetland ewe lamb, first place exhibited by Mason Goodwin, followed by Reese Kinnaman. We're now ready for our Class 6 yearling ewes in the Shetland class. We have 2 entries. If we could go ahead and have our Shropshire ewe lamb, Class 7, and Class 8 Shropshire yearling to the makeup area.
We're going to lead this set right like they are based on the fleece. The young lady's sheep is just got a nicer quality to it, especially when you get down underneath, when you get beyond the outside of it, outside edge anyway. It's got more luster to it, and probably, so that's the biggest difference. Whereas maybe some of the weather got into the other one a little bit more, or just where she stood. Thanks.
So your Class 6 Shetland Yearling Ewe, first place exhibited by Gwen Goodwin, followed by Mason Goodwin. And Mason, if you want to bring your Shetland ewe lamb back in. The banner for the Shetland Champion Shetland ewe is donated by David and Deborah Freddy family. So our champion Shetland comes from Class 5, exhibited by Mason, followed by from Class 6, exhibited by Gwen Goodwin for our reserve champion. We're now ready for our Class 7 Shropshire ewe lamb. We have a single entry. And if we can have to the makeup area, our south down for Class 9, please. South down, Class 9 to the makeup area.
We've got a real nice Strop ewe here for this ewe lamb division. Good breed character, just good complete kind of sheep. Nice pattern to her. Fairly well muscled and fairly feminine yet too. So good bone, just a pretty complete kind of ewe. So good job.
So give Victoria a hand for exhibiting her Shropshire ewe lamb, Victoria Smith. And now we're ready for Class 8 with Calvin Myers. And again, a single entry in the Shropshire yearling ewe.
we've got a pretty good Shrop ewe here. She's shed out some of her wool as she's coming a yearling, but still has it up there on the top knot and that. Just a good, straight, complete kind of ewe. Bone-wise, moves good, those types of things. Thank you.
And your Class 8 Shropshire yearling exhibited by Calvin Myers. And Victoria, if you'll come on back in, we'll select a champion and a reserve champion Shrop. And your champion Shropshire comes from Class 7, exhibited by Victoria Smith. And your reserve champion is from Class 8, exhibited by Calvin Myers. Victoria, if you'll go ahead and lead out, please. Our next division will be our South Down. We'll begin with the ewe lambs, and we have 2 entries. Once again, this year we've been fortunate to be able to live stream this event with the help of Alan and J.J. Brown, and we certainly appreciate their facilities and helping us get this accomplished. Thank you, J.J.
On these 2 ewe lambs, the young lady's the one we're using first. Really appreciate the breed character on both of these. They have that mousy gray nose. They've got some wool on their ears and down their legs like they're supposed to have. Hopefully when we get to the state fair, it'd be nice to use these for models on telling them what we want a South Down to look like, especially in the market lambs, because they get kind of all over the board sometimes. But really nice, complete ewe. She's, to start there, nice thick ewe, a lot of muscle to her, yet she's somewhat feminine, good bone, moves good. And the young man's sheep here, another nice ewe, like I said, good breed character, good length of body, not quite as fat, so that doesn't make it look quite as smooth maybe as what we have in our first one, but she's in nice enough condition for breeding raising for breeding. So, good job.
And for Class 9, give him a hand. First exhibited by Landry Krieger, followed by David Rimsberg. Next will be our Class 10 yearling South Downs. And the same two people will be bringing their animals back in for that yearling class. And if we can get Class 11 and Class 12 commercial ewe lambs to the makeup area. Class 11 and 12 to the makeup area. When we get to Supreme Champion U, we're going to only bring in the champions, but if you have a reserve, you need to have them available for us. So from the Hampshire, it would be Landry Krieger. The Montedale is Gwen Goodwin. Shedland is Mason Goodwin. Schropp is Victoria Smith. And then we still have 3 more animals to be determined.
Again, we've got some pretty good yearling ewes here. The one in they've used in first, the young ladies, it's in a little better, it's kind of on the heavier condition side, but you had a real complete ewe as far as if I was going to change her, I'd just make her a little stronger down the top. That second place ewe has that going for her. Of course, they're real relaxed and tame, so that's going to make them easier in their top line and things like that. The ewe in second really appreciate the strength she's got down her top. Appreciate that length of body, good breed character, and a lot of things going for her. So, and is impressed with what these kids know about what they're going to do when they take them back for breeding, as far as lining up the reproduction side and management on that, as far as cedering and giving the shots and getting them lambing right away after they get home, or getting them lined up to lamb. So thank you.
And for Class 10, our first place animal exhibited by Landry Krieger, followed by David Rimsberg. And if we can go ahead and get Landry's Class 9 ewe lamb.
Your first place on the South Downs is going to be the ewe lamb. Really like that ewe. She's just really complete, really nice breed character, just bone and things. Just balances up really nice.
And so your champion comes from Class 6, exhibited by Landry Kruger. And a reserve comes from Class 10 with the yearling ewe, also by Landry. And she is getting an assist by her sister, Lindley. The banner for Champion South Down is sponsored by Gracie Madison. And your reserve champion is exhibited by Landry Krieger. Next is our Class 11. We've got commercial ewe lamb, and we have a single entry in that class. So if you've got Class 12, you should be in the makeup area, and if you've got Class 13, you should be making your way to the makeup area.
For our crossbred ewe lamb, we've got a pretty nice little Hampy type ewe. It's good top in her as far as muscling, pretty complete, real feminine in the way she's built and kind of sleek. Probably be a little easier lambing than some of the Hamps that are out there. So thank you.
And your Class 11 animal is exhibited by Lane Peachy. Give Lane a hand, please. We're now ready for Class 12. We have 2 entries in the commercial yearling ewe.
We've got 2 nice commercial yearling ewes here. Went ahead and started with this bluer ewe. She's a little antsy. She's got her lambs waiting on her back at the pen. Pretty good ewe. They're both really nice ewes as far as size and just got a lot of things going for them. The one thing that probably does scare me a little bit on the second place ewe is the size of her vulva. It's almost so small that you wonder if the rest of the reproductive tract won't be a little small on her. At least I do. So, but they're both pretty good kind of sheep. So good job.
And Class 12 commercial yearling ewe, first place exhibited by Mason Goodwin, followed by Addison Giesler. And Lane, if you'll bring your ewe lamb in. And the banner for champion commercial ewe is sponsored by Hess Brothers Livestock. Our next class will be Class 13, needs to be to the makeup, and Class 14 to the makeup area. So your champion comes from Class 12, exhibited by Mason Goodwin. And let's go ahead, Addie, and bring yours in, please. And your reserve champion commercial comes from Class 11, exhibited by Lane Peachy. So Mason, if you'll go ahead and lead out, followed by Lane, followed by Addison. We're now ready for our Class 13 natural color ewe lamb. We have 2 entries in that division, so we'll also be naming our champion and reserve champion, and that banner is sponsored by Troy Road Farms.
So on our natural colors here, we have a great big fall-born ewe lamb here in this group. Real nice, well-done fleece on her. She's done a good job of presenting this sheep. And it's probably been on the trimming stand long enough that it's had its attitude down to where it's fairly calm at this point. The other one is a February, so it's not near as big as the fall-born, but you had a pretty good kind of sheep. A lot more frisky, but she's a good ewe. Thank you.
And Class 13 natural color, first place exhibited by Gwen Goodwin, followed by Reese Kinnaman, and that is also your champion and reserve champion in that division. We're now ready for our last ewe class, of which we have a single entry, which will be a white-faced cross ewe lamb. Following this class, we'll move to our Supreme ewe and Reserve Supreme ewe. We're only going to bring the champions in to begin with. So for Champion Hampshire, we'd have Landry Kruger, Montedale, Gwen Goodwin, Shetland, Mason Goodwin, Shropshire, Victoria Smith, South Down, Landry Krieger. Commercial, Mason Goodwin. Natural color, Gwen Goodwin. And Whiteface, Graham Ellis. So be sure and have those animals ready for the next class. For those of you that have ewes as well as market lambs, we will take a break between the Supreme ewe and beginning the market class.
Okay. So this will be your champion's speckle face ewe. Good, complete kind of ewe. She's nice, feminine fronted, good head about her, good breed character. I get to do a lot of sifting at the state fair, and the speckles are one that has a lot of disappointed people because they bring in a lot of awfully dark, hampy looking sheep that are not very speckly. But anyway, she's well muscled down her top, out through her rear leg, just good, complete all around ewe, well balanced. So good job.
So your champion from class 14 and the white-faced cross ewe lamb is exhibited by Graham Ellis.
Okay, let's try to bring these in order the way they were.
So we are ready for our Supreme and Reserve Supreme ewe. We would like them to come in this order. We'd like the Hampshire first with Landry Krieger, followed by the Montedale with Gwen Goodwin, the Shetland with Mason Goodwin, the Shrop with Victoria Smith, right. The Montedale second, that's correct. The Shetland next, which is Mason. We have the Shetland next, if possible. Or we can put it in order once it gets in. If you want to go ahead and bring in the Shropshire with Victoria, just leave a space, please, Victoria. The South Down with Landry Krieger. The Commercial with Mason. The Natural Color with Gwen. And the White Face with Graham Ellis. The Supreme Champion U banner is donated by the Wayne Berry family, and the Reserve Supreme Champion is donated by Chance and Stacy Berry. So for you champion exhibitors, if you would like to get pictures at the completion of this class, we'll take about a 10-minute break between here and the market classes.
You've got quite a group of breeding ewes out here. A lot of breeds and really good quality. Let's give them a nice round of applause. There's really a lot of complete ewes out here. Good breed character. Just a lot of things we like about them. As far as representing their breed and being good sheep. So at this time, your champion or your supreme ewe is going to be the blue or the natural colored ewe down on this end.
And your supreme ewe is Addie, helping Gwen Goodwin with her natural color. Congratulations to the supreme champion ewe. And if we could have Reese Kinnaman bring in your reserve champion animal. The reserve champion natural color is on its way, so it'll take just a little bit to get here.
The reserve champion or reserve supreme is going to be the Monadale U. Congratulations.
And the Monadale is also exhibited by Gwen Goodwin. Addie, if you want to lead up there, and congratulations, Gwen. Again, if any of you champions would like to get pictures done, we'll do that right now. And then we're going to take a 10-minute break, and we'll be back in. Again, congratulations to all of you. And we've got an announcement we'd like to make, so Tara will come up and give us a word or two.
How are you? I'm going to fill some space just between the two shows and make an announcement and give a fundraising update. As you all have probably seen tonight and in the past couple of years, about every piece of this facility has been touched in some way with an update. The bleachers you're sitting in are new within the last few years. They're a lot better than those old green bleachers that you had a chance of falling through before. The hog barn, the mega species barn, that's all new. The poultry barn is new. The parking lot is new. I could go on, and that has come not only from county and city involvement with in-kind donations, but it's also come from corporations, and it's come from a lot of individuals who have not only supported this project with their dollars, but also a lot of in-kind donations with their expertise. We have a very generous community, and specifically a very generous 4-H community. So I want to say thank you to all of you here tonight. We are not done fundraising yet. We have one centerpiece of our facilities that has not been touched, and that is the exhibit building where you see all of the projects. And it is our goal to tear down that building and rebuild, hopefully within the next year. So what size of building we put back in its place is largely up to our grants and our donations. You may have heard publicly, we received a very good first start of $500,000 donated by GPC in the last year, so that's amazing. Thank you to Grain Processing Corporation and Kent. And then we've also received a grant for $250,000 from the Indiana Economic Development Corporation through their READY grant cycle. So we are off to a really good start of $750,000, but this project is likely coming in just shy of $1 million to put a building back the way it is today in its place, but have it be energy efficient, used all year round, be rented out for different events, and able to serve our open shows and our community better. We do have an option to where if we have additional grant money and fundraising where we could put a larger building in that place as well. Our goal this week is to raise $65,000. That's a big ask. And we have some good start commitments. There is a board up between the two barns, between the hog barn and the mega species barn, that shows our pledges. If you'd like to fill out a pledge card or drop in a donation or talk to me personally, there's some pictures of what we expect for the new facility to look like. And we would just appreciate any of your support. We only have about 6 more months to try to raise those funds to complete our project. So thank you for everything you've done so far, and we really look forward to what that building looks like next year.
Tara probably won't want me talking about her, but if you have any idea how much energy she has put into these projects in the last 2 years, it's pretty phenomenal. And without her leadership on the money side, we would be sitting still. So we appreciate all of her energy and effort in getting this done. Okay, sheep market lamb exhibitors, 3 to 5 minutes, and we're going to move on. So if you're in class 16, you may want to be thinking about ready. Class 15, thinking about ready. We'll be calling in just 2 or 3 minutes. So class 15 will be the first Hampshire market lamb. Okay, Garrett, we're ready to get started. If we can begin with our Class 15 Hampshire Market Lamb. We've got 3 entries.
Okay, we got 3 in the Hampshire marketplace. Okay. Just one class. That's what I was going to ask.
Okay, Ward, if you'll go ahead and come in, and we're off and running on Class 15 Hampshire Market Lamb. Okay, Victoria Smith, we need your Class 15 Hampshire Market Lamb. Victoria Smith, Class 15 Market Lamb. And let's bring our Class 16 to the makeup area. Class 16 to makeup.
So the young man's lamb there, real muscular lamb, pretty well balanced up. Doesn't cooperate quite as good sometimes, but well, I guess they're all ewe lambs pretty much here. But anyway, kind of a good, complete kind of lamb as far as how I think they'd hang on the rail. The ewe in second kind of fits that same pattern. It's a little leaner than the one we have in third. Good, solid, massive sheep. The one in third is a real showy sheep, really pretty little ewe lamb, but she's a lot fatter. But it's not that overly bad. But they're all just really good sheep. But it definitely is the showier one of the bunch. But as far as if you were judging as market lambs and hanging on the rail, I think the one I've got at the top probably have the best carcass and that type of thing. So they've all got good breed character. So thank you.
So your Class 15 Hampshire Market Lamb, champion exhibited by Ward Barber, reserve champion by Victoria Smith, followed by Landry Krieger. Ward, go ahead and lead on out. We're now ready for Class 16 Natural Color Market Lamb. And for Class 16, we have 2 entries. We need Class 17 South Down Market Lambs to the makeup area, Class 17 to the makeup area.
The lamb started here again. Another really good handling ewe lamb. Just good condition. She could even have some more and be okay there. If I was going to change her, maybe that back hind leg, I'd like to see her walk just a little bit better. But real good pair of natural color lambs. We've got big growthy lamb, but he's a little bit more condition on him, but not overboard. He's fine. So, but I do like the one in first as far as the muscularity of it and good firm lamb. Thank you.
So Class 16, give him a hand. Natural Color champion exhibited by Victoria Smith and reserve champion exhibited by Mason Goodwin. We're now ready for our Class 17 South Down. We have 2 entries. And if you're in Class 18, white face commercial, you need to be the makeup area. Class 18 to the makeup area.
Real nice little south down ewe to start off this market lamb class. Good complete, good breed character, balances up well, muscular, good bone. And we get in the second place lamb here, another good sheep, finished out well, just a good complete, nice growthy kind of south down lamb. Thank you.
And go ahead, give them a hand, please. The Class 17 champion South Down is exhibited by Landry Krieger, and the reserve champion exhibited by David Rimsberg. Our next class will be Class 18 White Face Commercial, and we have 3 entries in that division. Tomorrow between 9 and 10 a.m. they will be taking pictures of reserve, grand champion, and champion, photos only. So if you haven't had your picture taken and would like it taken, that's between 9 and 10. We'll have the swine show tomorrow evening at 6:30. And Class 18, Austin Peachy, we need your animal to the ring. Class 18, Austin Peachy to the ring. And let's go ahead and have our Class 19 blackface commercial to the makeup area. Class 19 to the makeup area. Again, class 19 to the makeup area. Class 19 to the makeup area.
On the white face crosses, they're maybe not as smooth looking, but they're good handling sheep up here in the first two. The third one's a little bit over conditioned, done really well this summer, but it's a little past that 12 o'clock as far as hanging up a really nice carcass. Is a little bit too much the fat on it. But anyway, real good kind of sheep all the way through the class. Good firm handling, lean lambs and that on the top end here. So good job.
And class 18 whiteface, your champion exhibited by Caleb Barber. Your reserve champion by Austin Peachy, followed by Wyatt Barber. So Caleb, if you go ahead and lead out, followed by Austin, followed by Wyatt. Our next class will be our class 19 blackface commercial. We have 3 entries in that class. Are we missing one? We need class 20 to the makeup area. Class 20 to the makeup.
here's a class of lambs where they're all handling pretty good as far as sheep that would hang up a good carcass. We've got a lot of muscle down the top in that first one. Maybe not as smooth into the hip loin junction, but pretty well balanced up kind of lamb. The next two, they're relatively close, but a little nicer pattern in that second place sheep. Third one, they both handle well as far as ideal in their condition, and should, if you was wanting to hang them up as market lambs, they'd be good ones. Thank you.
And Class 19, give them a hand, please. First exhibited by Landry Krieger, followed by Graham Ellis and Cameron Barber. Go ahead and lead out, Landry. We're now ready for our Class 20. We have 4 entries. Again, these are black-faced commercial market lambs, 4 entries. And Class 21 to the makeup area. We are just a couple of classes away from working on our Grand Champion Market Lamb. So if you had a Hampshire Champion, Ward Barber, Natural Colored Champion, Victoria Smith, South Down Champion, Landry Krieger, and Whiteface Champion, Caleb Barber. We have about 3 classes to go, and then those animals will be coming back into the ring.
We've got a fairly complete lamb to start the class as far as muscle and conditioning, that type of thing. The lamb's they've got good bone. Lamb in second may not be as quite as showy as far as all that shag and junk, but a really nice sheep as far as handling, good doing sheep. They've a lot of pounds of sheep in the lambs in this class. The lamb in third. Another pretty good kind of lamb, a little heavier fronted kind of a sheep, but a pretty good showy kind of sheep. And the one down at the end has done really well, but it's past that 12 o'clock as far as on the condition and things. So, but they're all good producing kind of sheep. Thank you.
So for Class 20, we have first place exhibited by Victoria Smith, followed by Wyatt Barber, Cameron Barber, and Caleb Barber. Victoria, come on, lead on out. We're now ready for our champion and a reserve champion. So Victoria will stay in the ring from Class 20, and Landry will bring her animal in from Class 19. And Class 21 needs to be in the makeup area. Following this class, we will move to our grand and reserve grand champion market lamb. So if you have a champion in any of the market lamb classes, you need to be heading towards the makeup area unless you are in Class 21. And your champion comes out of Class 19. So Graham, if you can bring your animal up. So your champion blackface commercial is exhibited by Landry Krieger. And your reserve champion blackface commercial is exhibited by Victoria Smith out of Class 20. So if you 2, 3 go ahead and lead out. Champion with Landry Krieger, reserve champion with Victoria Smith, followed by Graham Ellis. Give him a hand, absolutely. We're now ready for our Class 21, all other breeds. We have 3 entries. So following this, all other breeds will have our grand and reserve grand champion. We're going to bring in only the champions to begin with, but if you have a reserve in any division, you need to have it available to be brought in to run for reserve grand champion. So from the Hampshire, it's Ward Barber. Natural color, it's Victoria Smith. South Down, it's Landry Krieger. Whiteface, it's Caleb Barber. Blackface, it's Landry Krieger from Class 19. And then we'll have one from this AOB.
So on this all other breeds, we've got some hair sheep in here. Pretty good kind of sheep here to start the class. They're pretty solid made, got up to size pretty good for the hair sheep breed. The one in second be a good lean carcass for somebody if somebody want to eat a hair sheep that's past that roaster size. So, but some nice lambs. Thank you.
And your Class 21 in first place exhibited by Jaylee Griffin. And she also has a second place animal, Jaylee Griffin, followed by Gabriella Clinton. So we're now ready for our Grand and Reserve Grand Champion Market Lamb class. We're just having the Grands come in. So we'll have 6 animals in to begin with. We'll let the gate clear out just a little bit, and then we'll announce some lambs to bring in. We'll begin with Ward Barber with the Hampshire, followed by Victoria Smith with the Natural, the South Down with Landry Krieger, the White Face with Caleb Barber, the Black Face with Landry Krieger, and the AOB with Jaylee Griffin. Again, if you have a reserve champion, please have them available if we call you. The Grand Champion Market Lamb banner is sponsored by Hart Farms, and the Reserve Grand Champion Market banner is donated by the Jeff Jarrett family. Our next class, as we complete the Grand and Reserve Grand, will be showmanship. We don't know who or how many are coming, but Clover Showman is grades 3, 4, and 5. Junior Showman's grades 6, 7, and 8. And Senior Showman is grade 9 through 12. We will begin with Clover Showmanship following the Reserve Grand class.
They've got some nice lambs out here. They brought a congratulate you on all the lambs you've been bringing out this evening. They've been some good quality all the way through. But some real nice lambs. I almost wish we had more wethers in the final drive, but as far as handling and just all around good sheep, this is kind of what I ended up with. And your champion lamb is going to be the Natty. Congratulations.
And your grand champion market lamb is exhibited by Victoria Smith. And Mason, we need your reserve champion, please. And Victoria, if you'll just stay in the ring for just a little bit, please. And Mason Goodwin. And your reserve grand champion is the black face from class 19, exhibited by Landry Krieger. Congratulations to both of you. And Ward, if you'll go ahead and lead back out, please. Victoria with the grand champion and Landry with the reserve grand champion. And if while you have those two lambs out, if you want to get a picture before we start showmanship, let's do that now. And our next class will be Clover Showmanship. And again, we don't know who or how many are coming, but you're invited if you want to participate, and you're in grades 3, 4, or 5. Okay, Clover Showman, grades 3, 4, and 5. If you want to participate in Clover, please make it to the makeup area and let Garrett know that you want to participate. And again, that's grades 3, 4, and 5. If you're in that age group and you want to participate, you're welcome to come. Following that, we'll move to junior showmanship, which is grades 6, 7, and 8. So again, if you want to be in junior showmanship, it would probably be good to be moving towards the makeup area also. Okay, this is our final call on Clover showmanship. If you want to be in Clover, you need to be to the makeup area within the next 30, 40 seconds. Okay, we're going to go ahead and bring our Clover showman in. We've got Austin Peachy and Landry Krieger. If you want to participate in junior showmanship, you need to be in the makeup area. And following junior, we'll move to senior, and I won't call you very many times. Our plaque for Clover Showman is donated by TrueScript Management Services.
Let's give them a nice round of applause here. They're doing a good job. Oh, you're showing off the other side too. So I'm standing on the wrong side of them. But so the young lady will be your champion showman out of this division. Really appreciate what she can do with the lamb. The lamb's just trained so she'll let them do anything. Show down on the side, brace them from the front, more like a market lamb type sheep. So it's good to see some of these styles. The showing don't go out of style totally. The showing down from the side was what they would have did when the grandparents and all them, they wouldn't even thought about it, picking up the front ends and bracing like some of these weathers. But you're doing a nice job. You got this lamb calmed down a little better than he was out here earlier in class, but doing a real nice job of showing them, and they put a lot of work into it. So congratulations and thank you.
So your champion clover showman is Landry Krieger, and followed with Austin Peachy. Congratulations to both of you, and thank you for participating in showmanship. Our next class will be junior showmanship, and that is grades 6, 7, and 8. And if you should be in the makeup area right now, and as soon as the doorway gets cleaned out a little bit, please come on in. That is the class, Mr. Judge. And here's your one and only call for senior showmanship. The juniors are in the ring, so if you want to participate in senior, you need to be heading to the makeup area. The banner for your champion junior showman is donated by Paul Hart. This is a final call for senior showman. Final call for senior showman.
Let's give them a nice round of applause. They're doing a good job. So, the champion showman out of this group will be the young man on this end. Good job. We'll get you there. Reserve. Good job. You got a nice, well-trained lamb.
So your champion junior showman is Lane Peachy, and your reserve champion is Wyatt Barber. Also participating are Cameron Barber, Graham Ellis, and Jaylee Griffin. And Lane, go ahead and lead out if you would, please. So seniors, if you're ready to bring in for showmanship, you're on your own. The chair for this first place senior showman is donated by Old National Bank, and the reserve champion senior showman is donated by Sham Berry.
Let's give them a nice round of applause here. They're doing a real good job of showing these sheep. Really appreciate it. They're thorough. Just all around doing a good job, doing everything pretty much right, or as good as I'd ask them to, that's for sure. So your champion showman out of this one will be the young lady here in the middle. The reserve will be the young man on the end, and then the other, you'll be third young man, and in that order. So they may need you for the round robin and that type of thing. So good job. Good job.
And congratulations, your senior showman is Victoria Smith, followed by Calvin Myers, David Rimsberg, and Addison Giesler. And that does complete our Davis County Sheep Show. And we appreciate everybody that has participated, and particularly you show people that have done a great job getting to the ring on time, and we can't get it done without your cooperation. The swine show tomorrow will be at 6:30 p.m., photos starting at 6 o'clock.